I've seen you probably 5 or 6 times in Crush Groove, and you come off as the coolest cat in that movie.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I try very hard to be cool.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's looking up to you in the flick. You know, like you're the center of the universe. Even Russell was kind of to the left.
Well, the truth of the matter is that Russell and I were partners way back in the day when we were in college, and he knew nothing about hip-hop till he ran into me. We both left school at the same time to pursue this hip-hop industry, and he became very successful.
When you talk to him now, what's the conversation like?
Oh, he's cool. It's very difficult to get in touch with Russell nowadays. And people ask me all the time, oh, could you please get in touch? Look, this is what I tell them. I say, Russell is like the president. It takes about 3 or 4 days of consistent calling every 2 hours to get him to call you back.
I used to live in Los Angeles, and I remember hearing you on the radio on Power 106.
Oh, yeah, Kurtis Blow in the old school show.
Sunday nights.
Yeah, I left Power, and I moved back to New York, and I got involved with satellite radio. I was on Sirius Satellite Radio for about 5 years. That's the other avenues. That's the evolution of an MC. These are the many different fields that we can go into, you know, broadcasting, journalism, public speaking. You know, we're orators, so it's all about the mic.
You're the pioneer. I mean, you're one of the first ones to get signed, one of the first hip-hop records that we all appreciate and enjoy. What was it like being the pioneer? What was it like in the late 70s, early 80s for you in the game?
Well, it was incredible. Those years, you know, you can't bring them back, first of all, but it's hard to explain. You just had to be there. It was just basically a whole new world. Here's a young kid, 19, 20 years old, coming straight out of Harlem, out of the ghetto, and traveling to different places like Rome and Berlin and Paris, France. And every time I would touch down, so I was the first signed to a major label. So that means that we have offices in every major city around the world. So every time I was going to do the promo, I was billed as the first rapper from America to come to Europe, to go to Japan, you know, all of these things, all these accolades. It was just incredible, awesome. It was kind of like what Jay-Z is going through right now, but without all of the money.
Are you mad that you didn't come out like 20 years later to get paid?
No, and I'm one of the few that are not frustrated by it. You see, I have something a lot of cats don't have. I was there at the time where I witnessed hip-hop from the beginning, from the essence. You see, I used to go to Kool Herc parties. I used to go to Pete DJ Jones parties. And I know the difference between the two. And that's something that a lot of people can't say. That's something I hold dear in my heart, to see it go down. To see Russell Simmons be worth $600-700 million. It's incredible. To see Run DMC grow into the mega group that they did. And, you know, to see people like Wyclef Jean, whenever he sees me, he calls me teacher. He remembers being in the studio when he was 15 and I'm yelling and screaming at the engineer to get the sound right so they can have some good sound. And he tells everyone, he yells and screams at his engineers now. You know, those are things that I hold dear in my heart.
You can't really put a price tag on those things.
You can't put a price tag on that.
We all know your last name Blow is for body blow.
Let me tell you about that. The name Blow, the reason I chose it was because of the many connotations of the word. But the actual, you know, connotative means there are many different implied meanings. But the denotative meaning of the word, if you look in Webster's, it says a force of power. It's a force of power, a blow to your ego.
You know, you talk about, you know, the sample, the loop, the 808, all this stuff as far as what you've done and how you've pioneered rap. If we could think of one thing that would be your legacy, what would it be?
Wow. One thing that would be my legacy. So many different things. My son is there. The sample loop is there. The first commercial, the first rap commercial, the first video, all those firsts, my God, so many of them. First to tour United States and Europe, first rap millionaire. Oh, my gosh. Many people say the first rapper signed to a major label. But, you know, even more important than that, the first certified gold rap song in hip-hop's history, and it's the second certified gold 12-inch in the history of music.
Kurtis, yep. I got to ask you, buddy, before we say goodbye, Can you do These Are the Words? Can you do that for us?
Okay, here you go. Clap your hands, everybody, if you got what it takes. Because I'm Kurtis Blow, and I want you to know that these are the birds.
That is awesome.
No problem.